Another piece of the book that I really appreciated is you guys actually talk about classical music in the book and created an amazing playlist. I had a chance to look through it, and it is very well selected. That's not something that you will find in most type of educational programs or homeschooling or anything these days, is the appreciation for classical music. It's something that I've had a passion for when I was backpacking and traveling through Europe at 19 years old, and I stayed with an English family in the south of France, and I was with them for maybe 2-3 weeks. And the mother, she had a love for classical music, and she taught me about classical music, and we listened for hours every day while sitting on the French Riviera having beautiful food. And that has actually served me so well in my life because I've been able to, have a bit of culture and understand and go to a symphony or a ballet and understand these types of things. From your side, has Max gotten into this aspect of it? It wasn't really kind of highlighted if he has started to appreciate these things or not, or is that maybe coming later on?
Yeah, I mean, I would say he's had a little bit of exposure to it at this point, but only a little. It isn't something he's put enormous amounts of energy into. It's kind of there as for people to fill in as some of the electives would in there. But Doug, it was super important to Doug that it be in there. And I mean, that list was written up by Doug, those exact
Okay,
ones. He's like, no,
amazing.
you have to have this and you have to have this. And I agree. I was exposed to it when I was young, and like I was that weird kid in high school that would listen to classical music, and people, thought it was very strange, but I liked it. I like it. I don't know. It made me feel good, and it still does. And but because it's not part of a contemporary education, young people just get zero exposure to it at all. They just don't. They don't know anything about it. When they hear it, at first it's like, if you listen, like me, if I listen to rap, I go all the same. When a young person hears some classical music, they immediately think all the same. And the way that where I've gotten them hooked on it a little bit is with soundtracks of certain movies.
Mm.
That's how I got him at first, and whether it be for some movies he likes, like Gladiator or Last of the Mohicans, you should have these wonderful soundtracks. You get them sort of hooked on that, the vibe of it first, and they associate it visually with these amazing scenery or whatever. But no, he hasn't. I don't. I have to ask him. He's not talked to me about it, but as far as I know, he hasn't made it through the whole playlist yet that Doug has. It's a long playlist. I mean, I think it's like 200 hours or something,
Wow.
the entire playlist.
My daughter, my 9-year-old, has now visited 40 countries. We take her with us wherever we go, all new trips. She sees me speak on stage. And one of the first things we do when we go to a new country, especially like if we're in the capital city, is find the opera house or things like that and see what's playing. So she's seen the symphonies in Armenia, and she's been to plays in Azerbaijan, which I think you recently went to, and, all these places in the world. And I remember watching her the first time, and she was crying, and I turned around and I was like, what's wrong? Are you sad? And she's like, no. She was so happy. She was so filled with emotion that she had tears running down her face watching in person. And it's just this incredibly beautiful combination of, 40 people all perfectly in tune together, creating one sound. And if you focus, you can hear the individual pieces, but, it's just this truly magical thing that I don't have the feeling anywhere else in life. You don't see anything else like that. And thinking about my daughter, she was probably 7 or something, or 6 maybe, when she first heard live, and she got it at that age. How beautiful this was, and what a missed opportunity for so many people out there.